following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy. It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world. I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome into another edition of The Wyldeside with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to give my little video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to like it, give it a share. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're following me on any and all the social media I have linked down below. That way, if there's a band, song, video, something you'd like me to check out, hit me up with a DM, or you can leave it in the comments below. If you are going to hit me with a DM, please no spamming, unless it's actual spam, then there's a P.O. box down there. If you are going to leave in the comments, join the I Concur Army. It is international, and it is growing, and it is easier than my sister. All you have to do is give the comments a cursory glance. If you see that your suggestion's already been made, all you have to do is like that original suggestion and below reply with I concur. That'll help my old burnout resin-coated DJ brain get everything into a nice little list, and I can put it in my handy-dandy notebook. Also, live streaming twice a week, Wednesdays 11 a.m., Saturdays 2 p.m., another opportunity for you to get your suggestions to me. If you want to help the channel grow, you can also be a Patreon member. Everything is linked down below. Before we get started on today's video, thank you to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Today's video is actually coming from the band. I actually follow these guys on Twitter. I followed their journey through the Eurovision contest. Their Blood and Glitter record from 2022 is really good. Today we are checking out the brand new track from Lord of the Lost, dropped just a couple of hours ago, and all I did was click the link. So we're going to check out the new Lord of the Lost. The track is called One Last Song. Napalm Records bringing it again. Here we go. Let's check it out on the Wyldeside.
If I could sing one last song before the world ends, if I could sing one last song to say goodbye, if I could sing one last song to all my children, if I could sing one last song before we die. About love, a song about death, with desperation in my breath. I scream in the silence, massive and violent. Hear my voice for Ryan Laws, singing for my broken walls. One last song, one last song. If I could sing one last song to show my love was endless, if I could sing one last song to help you cry, if I could sing one last song when the colors fade, with a smile through the pain to the everlasting night. A song about love, a song about death, with desperation in my breath. I scream in the silence, massive and violent. Hear my voice for Ryan Laws, singing for my broken walls. One last song, one last song, for the rebels Song about love, a song about death, of desperation in my breath. I scream in the silence, massive and violent. Hear my voice, for I am lost. A song about love, a song about death, with desperation in my breath. I scream in the silence, massive and violence. Hear my voice, for I am lost. Singing for my broken walls, one last song. One last song. One last If I could sing one last song to you.
I really should watch these before I do these reactions. All right. Yeah, I should really watch these. So a week ago today, I was actually at a funeral service for a close relative. So we're still feeling a little, little emotional about certain things. So well done. Good track. I like Lord of the Lost. They've got a really good formula. They have a really good recipe. They understand their want and what they're going for, and they stick with it, and I really dig it. Sorry. What I like about Chris Harms's vocals is that he really brings that metal vibe into a rhythmic track. So when you're hearing the music, you're hearing these. It's a rhythmic rock. It's forward moving. The momentum of the tracks are always engaging your tempo. What I like about his vocals is that there's a brightness to the depth. His vocals are very moody, very the colors are very earth colors of his vocals. He stays in those dark greens, the evergreens, and the deeper browns, and yet those are very bright. They're very sharp. They're very thick and rich in their textures. And when you take that, and this is what I mean about a great recipe, because they take it and then put that on top of this really good rhythmic metal bass, and then it creates this melodic metal. And I really dig it. Obviously, Chris Harms or someone in the band, whoever's writing that song, is going through some stuff in life. So, yeah, I'm not saying it's a swan song. It's a reflection song. That's a song that shows you growth within the artist. You know, they're not writing songs. He's not writing a song about living it up, partying, and having a good time, even though they do. This is a reflection on reality. And I wrote down, this is a song about being an adult and realizing it. It's a song about realizing, oh my God, I am an adult. I'm growing older, not younger, kind of a thing. And the first thing that hit me when it opened was him lying in that coffin. A little background on me. For a while in my younger years, when I was in middle school, I lived above a funeral home. And we had access because I would help out setting up chairs and stuff like that. So I've been in and around a lot of funeral home stuff, and I have crawled into a coffin, freaked out all my friends. They didn't like me doing it. But if anyone ever gets into a coffin and gets out, I guarantee you, he said, that was comfortable. So it's the one thing everybody says if they ever have the chutzpah to get into one. Usually what they say when they get out is, man, that is comfortable. So visually speaking, they're also good, and I said this about Blood and Glitter, they're also very good about their theatrics. So their imagery matches very well what they're trying to convey. they're really good about putting on a show. So to help guide you along in this journey, you're almost vicariously being empathetic to what Chris or the band is experiencing in this creation. Because remember, they're writing a song for one reason. You know, Chris writes a song for Chris's reason, yet he writes it in a way, and they create it in a way that has a universalness to it. So even though that Chris is writing this song from his perspective, it's about something that is universal. So it allows you to be pulled into it and put your own reflection into it as well. So again, 5.5 minutes, it doesn't feel that way. And that's the sign of a good track. I just did a video about that. That's the sign of a good track, is that you can turn yourself over to it as far as time goes. So when the song is over, that's why it caught me at the end there. When the song is over, you either don't know that time has passed, or you want the time to continue. And that was a really good track. And again, I followed them at Eurovision, voted for them, pushed them, pimped them out. I don't think I used that word appropriately, but anytime I saw them on Twitter, I would retweet their stuff to get them out there. I like Lord of the Lost. I like rhythmic metal. It's a good track. So I'm looking forward to more stuff coming from them. Maybe get them on the road here to the U.S. That would be a good show. I'd like to go see them. But yeah, I've always liked them. Chris Harms' vocals, again, they're so good about creating this darkness that still contains light. It's very unique, and I really like. I watched one of his acoustic performances, and it really highlighted his vocals in that. So I'm glad that he's able to also put a nice little rhythmic, dour spin on it as well, and create, like I said, it's almost a dichotomy of tone, of mood. When you've got his vocals on top of that rhythmic music, it creates this forward momentum that almost puts you in a bounce. So it's very well done. Again, they've got a great recipe and a great formula. They look good. They sound good. I wish them nothing but the best. Great track. One last song released today by Lord of the Lost on all their social media. I'll link them down below as well. One last song. Great track, Lord of the Lost. Thank you very much from the guys from the band. I appreciate it greatly. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. If you do have a suggestion for a song, band, video, something you want me to check out, hit me with a DM or leave it in the comments below. Thank you to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Thank you to all of you for taking time out of your busy day being awesome to give my little video a watch and a listen. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark. You are the best darn subscribers in the world, and this is The Wyldeside.